We are back in the mountains. So we're in Townsend, and we have a race on Sunday morning. We are checking into this Best Western, and we just thought we would share with you the room.
I'm gonna open the door just like the butler guy at the end of Titanic.
This place needs a little more light, but it's nice. Oh yeah, look at this. This is one spacious room, y'all. Wow. Look at how roomy it is. Like this ain't no little hole in the wall. This is nice.
Ooh, look at the lamps. Watch it flicker.
Cool. The decor is fantastic. Well done, Best Western. Bathroom, large bathtub. The bathtub has jacuzzi jets. Plenty of toiletries. Some dude in the mirror. Some dude in the other mirror. Okay, so this is nice. What do you think, Stacey?
I love it.
Very good.
We love being on the ground floor, so we can just throw all our stuff in here.
And we have a cart. We'll see you sometime later. Next morning, we're on the road, and the mountain morning is everything it should be. It's also cold. We go down through Wares Valley, headed toward Cherokee. And eventually end up on the 441. The fall colors of the leaves that remain in the trees are everything I've heard about. We pull off at an overlook and it gets really good. Isn't it just amazing up here?
It really is. We're just mesmerized by the golden beauty.
It's stunning.
It's early morning, so it's still kind of misty.
The morning grays give extra fire to the colors of the mountains. Then we're back on the road, driving past all that autumn gold. Then we're at a place oh so familiar. We are here at Mingus Mill, just outside Cherokee, North Carolina. And I know that you've seen this on a previous video on this channel.
Maybe. There's a video available. We don't know if you've seen it or not.
That's true. Just depends on how far back you go. But
and how interested you are in everything we film.
right. But this is going to be a little bit different. It's going to start off similar. And she still stands where she has for over 100 years. There's the flume. This is an operational mill and has been in operation for a long, long time. You used to could climb that ladder.
You can't because it's the wrong guy.
I can't resist. Not going up that way. I'll tell you what, friends and neighbors, this is some cold, cold water. There's some people walking back from that way.
This is cold water?
Oh yeah.
Remember when you went to the Titanic exhibit and you could put your hand in the water?
That was freezing.
Let's see. It's not as cold as that one, but it's cold.
Well, I mean, yeah. Wait, Natalie, you would have never seen us before.
No, I've been in North Carolina before.
I'll tell you, back in the 1800s, it was some hard work putting this together. So we are here for a purpose, and Stacey is driven and amped.
Yeah. I wanted to buy cornmeal. But see how like you can't really go in the mill right now? There's a dude and there's people. So I'm like, is there a situation? So I kind of want to get that resolved.
Gotcha. As I walked up, I was sincerely hoping that they still had cornmeal.
Hey, how's it going?
Yes. Are you selling cornmeal?
I am, yes.
Awesome. We come up here every now and then. We were up here for a race, and Stacey wanted to get some cornmeal. So.
Okay. Well, I don't have the 2-pound bags. I've only got the 5-pound bags in cornmeal.
Okay. We need probably 4.
4 bags.
Four bags.
4 or 5
Yes.
bags.
Okay, we can do that.
Awesome.
So what I'm going to do though, I'm going to get a box out and box it so it's easier to carry.
I really appreciate that, because that would be a little awkward, it occurs to me.
Well, it would. You know, trying to carry it. So if you give me just a second, I'm going to cut these wings off of this
Alrighty, take your time.
and fix it up so that you can carry it easier.
Hey, what happened to all
Find my pocket. Yeah, there's some.
I love the mill.
Me too. That's why I work here.
It's very nice.
I mean, I'm retired. This is a part-time thing. And Grist, if you're retired, could you have a better job than being in a beautiful park, talking to interesting people all day?
Absolutely. It was certainly not a bad gig.
Let's see, I got 4 bags back here and set them up there.
Okay.
Okay?
35.
Okay, I'll get you your change.
There's a lot of delicious cornbread in this box.
Oh, look, it is cash only.
Oh.
I was glad I got it.
Then the gentleman whose name I unfortunately didn't get gave us the proper recipe for cornbread.
Now, the recipe for cornbread, which is on there,
Yes.
is wrong.
Oh, okay.
Okay? They say to use sour milk or buttermilk. Use buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
Buttermilk should be at room temperature. Eggs should be at room temperature.
Oh, okay.
Okay, when you mix up the batter, let it sit for 30 minutes at least before you cook it. The reason is because the buttermilk is acid and the baking soda is a base. So what you have to do is you have to give them time to work on each other.
Oh.
This thing also says to cook it in a square pan. Don't you ever cook cornbread in a square pan. The reason is because it's further from the corners to the center than it is from the side to the center.
Oh.
So by the time the center gets done, the corners are dried out. That's why
Gotcha.
you cook a cake in a round pan. And basically when you're cooking cornbread, you're cooking a cake.
Right.
You're not cooking bread, you're cooking a cake. Okay, it's just a corn cake. Okay, the other part of that is preheat your oven, get your cast iron frying pan, put about that much bacon grease in the bottom of it. Preheat it on the top of the stove. Get it to where that grease is smoking. Pour your batter in there, swish it around so that it browns all the way around. Shove it in the oven, finish cooking. And then when you get done, you can dump it out of that pan.
Okay.
And one way that's better, it's a little decadent though. You gotta need to come up with your bacon grease, right?
Yeah.
So you cook your bacon in there, you don't take your bacon out of the pan. You just pour the
Ooh.
batter over the top of it and shove it in the oven.
Sounds like good eating. Well, thank you very
You have a
much,
nice
sir.
day.
You too.
But you're
Now for a little history.
Here is a lovely wayside on Mingus Mill. For 50 years, nearby farmers brought their corn and wheat to Mingus Mill, built in 1886. The miller usually charged a toll of 1/8 of the grain the customer brought for milling. The grist mill stone was turned by a water-powered cast iron turbine from water pressure built up in the penstock at the flume's end. The turbine generated 11 horsepower, enough to run all the mill's machinery. On the second floor, the smut machine blew wheat grain free of debris, while the bolting chest separated ground wheat into grades by sifting it through fine to coarse bolts of cloth. And there's a quote from George Moore, a local resident. It says, "You didn't make it without corn. Everyone ate cornmeal, sometimes 2 and 3 times a day." And Mingus was the largest grist mill in the Smokies. Its 200-foot long wooden flume brings water to the mill's turbine. As early as the 1820s, more progressive millers began using turbines to power their mills rather than water wheels. And then here's a... We like these that have the diagram. What was the one we saw that had a diagram of the houses being lit up?
Oh, that was at the old soldier's home.
Yeah.
But that was gas, carbide.
But it was the same kind of diagram.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. Miller John Jones, 1935. He was the guy who was here at that time. Middle of the Depression. And if you look back in our videos, there's another video where we came here. I just can't remember how far back it is. But this has more content. Just watch this one.
I saw another guy walk by with a box of corn. Did you see him?
I didn't.
Okay, so Mingus Mill was at a crossroads of different communities in the late 1800s and early 1900s. So families along the ridges would tend their crops, livestock, and chores during the week in preparation for Saturdays at the mill. They would travel a long distance to get corn milled, but they would also bring other goods and skills to barter with those waiting in line. So you're all kind of meeting at the mill to get your corn milled, and then you can also make deals for, I guess, selling your quilts or...
I need those rutabagas.
Yeah, whatever.
I give you...
So it's kind of like a little country store almost.
Yeah.
A little town square.
This was a heartbeat of the community, I believe.
Yeah, their life revolved around traveling, in some cases walking several miles to the mill. And this is from greatsmokies.com. Maybe we can put a link under the
We
video.
have sources.
Yeah, we do have sources.
Sometimes we're just yammering, but sometimes we have sources.
Yeah, well, we like to give credit. This mill is operational. Mingus Mill provides a rare opportunity for us to see how a mill would work. Because a lot of times we've seen old mills and it's just kind of like sitting there and you don't really know what it does.
Right.
The mill is staffed from April through October and also weekends in November. We're here in a weekend in November.
Cool. But you can't go in today. On the other video, I actually walked through the mill and upstairs.
I don't know if it's because it's wintertime or if it's because of the pandemic.
Oh,
they don't want us cramming in there. Okay, so the mill was built for $600. Dr. John Mingus contracted with, I think it's Sean Thomas. It's S-I-O-N Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
So Sean Thomas Early to build the structure, who agreed to do the job for 3 months, in 3 months for $600. His initials, STE, are cut into the front gable, just under the eaves.
Oh.
The mill remained in the Mingus Floyd family hands until they sold it to the Emerging National Park in 1930.
Wow.
The lumber was harvested locally during a brief logging boom that was quickly quashed by the U.S. government.
Yeah, we saw a wayside on one of the videos of like there was a train that went through the mountains and everything with the loggers, and they really stripped the land pretty badly. And when the national park came in and took over, they stopped all that, and it was good. There was a lot of sadness involved with the people being pushed out of their land, but you know, it probably saved it. There are many delights and tragedies tied up in the history of these mountains. History isn't always pretty, but it's good to come here and to learn. The logging was devastating to the land. The National Park Service stopped that, but it also pushed people out of their homes, which is never a fun story. Today, anyone can come visit, learn of these people and their stories. You don't leave here untouched in some way.